Well, I got myself addicted to online again. I thought it could never happen. I thought I was so burnt out to the max, but learning new characters that I've overlooked in the past is just so enticing. Thank you all for all the character suggestions in the last video. Although I think about 90% of these are people desperately looking for validation on their mains rather than people wanting to see characters they didn't know about. But I appreciate the comments either way. I think it's the feeling of progression that is so addictive. Like, I can do a 0 to death combo with one of my mains and I barely even care. But I pick up, like, Sheik and I do the most basic 2-hit combo that would make any main roll their eyes, and I'm over the moon. So yeah, I'm back with more characters that I was wrong about. If you didn't see my last video, I explained the concept a bit more, so go check it out. But basically I said that in my thousands of hours in this game, there are characters that I've probably only ever played the odd occasion when I might get them on random. And I want to learn them and find out what I'm missing out on. These videos do take me a long time because learning these characters that I've never played before is a little bit of a time sink, to say the least. But luckily today I'm sponsored by Raycon, so I'll be getting onto the characters I've overlooked until now just after this quick sponsored segment. Has this ever happened to you? Oh, not again! And they were my premium earbuds that were twice the price of a competitor that often sponsors YouTubers. So they say Raycons have lots of premium features, but there's one I've always wanted to test, and they say that they stay in your ears pretty much no matter what with their gel tips. So I thought that I would test the theory. Still there.
Cool.
That was a pretty good demo. See, they do stay in. I'm not capping. So that was pretty impressive. Now, it was kind of raining today, so I was a little bit worried, but turns out that these are water and sweat resistant, so I don't have to worry about it. They've got a great sound and a lovely noise isolating fit, so you can't hear what's going on around you. Or you can change them to the awareness mode, which makes you able to hear the world around you again. Peter! Watch out! There's a really sudden transition coming! So if you want to get some quality earbuds and you want to help support my channel at the same time, click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/HopCat for 15% off your order. Thank you for sponsoring the video. First up today is a character from a game that I have absolutely zero interest in playing, but the game also has everyone who has played it absolutely frothing at the mouth, both at the gameplay and at the waifus, and that is of course Xenoblade. I decided to give Sheik a try, knowing only two things about him: that forward air is stupid, and that Sheik is British.
I'm really feeling it!
When Sheik was announced for Smash 4, I'd literally never heard of Xenoblade, and I personally don't have an affinity for sword characters. Mix this in with the Monado arts ability, where your different modes mean you're going to have different combos and movements and all that, and I did not want to put in the time to learn Sheik. But the Monado arts do make him unique, and unique things are usually worth giving some attention to, so here I am. Though I do have to say, after playing him, Sheik's entry barrier is way lower than I thought. I always thought that Sheik mains were like Einstein-level geniuses, wasting their talent playing Smash instead of, I don't know, curing cancer, but boy was I wrong. If you want to play on easy mode, you can just do nothing but neutral air and forward air and you'll probably win. These moves are firstly, massive and lagless, and secondly, they pretty much do everything. They combo at low percent, they set up kills, or even just kill at higher percents. It's kind of nice to have an if in doubt do this option, but I'm here to talk about more than just mashing the aerials. How did I go with the Monados? The Monado arts all increase some aspects of Sheik's gameplay while lowering others. On paper, this means you just pick the one that you need for any given situation and you'll be perfectly adapted to any game state. Off stage? Just jump and fly back. Can't get in? Go speed and zoom through your opponent's defenses. Need a kill? Go smash and just start swinging. However, in Smash, things don't always go to plan. The arts always just seem to run out at the worst possible time. But overall, the Monados were a lot of fun. Once I worked out how to change them reasonably quickly without having to read the menu, I was actually having a pretty good laugh with these. Shield mode is straight up hilarious. You are legitimately unkillable. Sure, you're so slow and weak that you're not much of a threat to anyone, but living up to 200% frustrates people so much that sometimes you'll just get a free kill out of it. You can get to jump mode just by pressing B once, which is nifty if you need to recover. Unfortunately, the art takes a second to kick in, And when it does, it cancels your jump, so I learned not to do that, I guess. Speed is great for mixing up your gameplay, and it makes it really easy to catch people's landings if you want to take a break from just swinging aerials. But nothing puts the pressure on me like Buster and Smash. Both of these arts work like a double-edged sword, or a double-edged Monado, I guess, making you weak to the same thing that it boosts. High risk, high reward. In Smash mode, pretty much everything kills, and people are going to DI things completely wrong because, why would a back throw kill you at 90 here? Who knows, but I'm not complaining. Overall, I really enjoyed having a different little game plan each time I changed mode. It kept me off autopilot and led to some unique situations that made me feel quite cool. Speaking of cool, after only playing Sheik for a few games, I started hitting some pretty cool combos. Maybe it was because I rematched a Donkey Kong 10 times and then a Captain Falcon, but maybe it was because this character actually has some pretty cool finishing moves. The down air feels so satisfying, being a 2-hit spike, and I'm just a sucker for a suicide dare. And the up B is a surprisingly easy combo finish, as it's a massive disjoint that covers so much airspace, and doing it all the way off the screen feels sick. But we need to talk about backslash. I have somewhat of a reputation for having an awful Sheik, but that is 100% because of my backslash self-destructs. This move is so laggy, and it seems to be negative on hit at low percent. I mean, it does good damage if you slash someone, well, in the back, but in a 1v1, this isn't exactly going to happen very often. But the worse a move is, the funnier it is to kill people with it. So I enjoyed it in its own right. Sheik is a little jank. The forward smash being multi-hit means people just fall out of it, which is not what you want from a kill move. Usually. But there are so many unfair things that he has that make this kinda okay. You can kill people with a drop zone fair so easily. If they don't have a great recovery every time you knock them off, it's gonna be either go low and die, or go high and risk catching this forward smash, which sounds bad, but it's better than dying at 30% to a gimp. Overall, Sheik was so much fun. He wasn't as hard as I thought, and he had a great feeling of progression. Unique characters can be pretty scary to try, but if you just get past that basic barrier, you might be surprised by how easy they actually are. Every time I see an online Peach, they just make me angry. They hit you one time, and then they just mash the crap out of the controller and do some convoluted float, cancel, nair, turnip throw, 360 no-scope, fun cancel 0 to death. Now as an adult with a shred of self-respect, I will not be spending any of my time learning this shit. Is that a skill issue? Yes, but it's a skill issue that I'm proud of. A problem is that I never thought Peach was any fun if you're, bad at her. Is there anything that appeals to me as a more casual player than the average Peach main? Well, if you're looking for casual, you can press down B a few hundred times to get a bomb or a Mr. Saturn, which is undoubtedly fun, but I knew that, and it happens so rarely that it's barely a plus. So I got to playing her, and to me, she didn't feel like Sheik with an easy mode that I could just fall back on. It was a bit of a struggle, and this difficulty made every kill I got actually feel more satisfying. I'm a big fan of item combos, so the turnip pull has got to be one of my favourite moves. The turnips do a pretty stupid amount of damage, and you can re-catch them with your aerial follow-up. I mean, I wasn't 0 to deathing people, but my little combos still felt pretty good. Throwing them up makes people scared to go above you, cornering them and adding to the pressure. And also that noise the turnips make when it hits people is really funny, especially when it kills someone. Peach has the unique ability to float, so you can literally just sit still in the air covering an option. Instead of being a tech skill pro, my Peach felt more like a big brain pro, which is more my style of gameplay. I mean, in my head at least. Realistically, in the few hours I put into Peach, I couldn't really cook up anything crazy. The skill ceiling is just way too high, but from a casual perspective, it doesn't mean there was no fun to be had. I got Elite Smash with my basic ass gameplay, and I had a good few laughs along the way. Is Peach my new favourite character? No, but next time I get her, or Daisy for that matter, on random, or like in a Smashdown, I'll be looking forward to playing her a lot more. Feeling like I forced someone to get hit by my smash attacks instead of just chucking them out randomly is pretty satisfying. I don't really have that much to say about Peach really. I know she's quite competitively viable, so it's not like I'm breaking any new ground here, but maybe you're neglecting her like I have, so give her a crack. There's a running in-joke that Kirby is just the character that 10-year-olds play. You know, that your little cousin who's too stupid to find the up B button will slowly jump all the way back to the stage with. You know, the character for little Timmy who thinks he's the best in all his friends for using down B against people who haven't found the grab or the shield button yet. Now, to address all these claims, they're completely true. But once you get past that and actually try to play him at a level higher than I'm having a sleepover and we can play on Great Cave, Kirby is actually really fun and pretty hard. Kirby has such tiny range. Using his little limbs in a game with so many characters with anime swords, so ridiculous that the Buster Sword could now be considered on the small side, I mean, it makes it tough to get in. But the neutral B just makes everything worth it. Copying someone's ability is by far my favourite thing about this guy. Not only does it make you look hilarious, but it also makes so many unique game states that make me play every match differently. There's a few different archetypes for neutral Bs for Kirby to copy. Firstly, there's the Chargers. You know, Samus, Lucario, Mewtwo, the typical Charger big ball type of character. Also Pac-Man, but that's kinda different. Now low-key, I've been known to be a bit of a Charger myself. It's fun to sneak in a charge here and there and cancel it with your jump or something. This baits people in while powering you up and is a great anti-camping tool. There are no charges in Smash though with multiple jumps, so you can only cancel it once without having to air dodge. Now Kirby has a lot of jumps, so you can basically fly while you're charging, which seems really strong. Now you might say here, I'm camping. But I feel zero remorse because I'm using their own move against them. If they didn't want a camping Kirby, maybe they should have picked a character that doesn't have camping moves. If they were playing Ganon, what am I going to do? Camp them out with Warlock Punch? Speaking of Warlock Punch, the second category of copied moves is awful moves. Some neutral Bs are really bad. Some of the worst moves in the entire game, in fact. But like Shulk's backslash, the worse a move is, the funnier it is to kill someone with it. So I'll take that as a win. The last copy ability category I want to talk about is moves that are just better on Kirby than they are on their original character. Putting Incineroar's neutral B on Kirby is so stupid. You can combo into it, you can do it off stage, it's so good. I mean, who cares about my mana when it's only for one of my moves that kills people at 60? Oh no, they're recovering really far away and my character has no projectiles, what I'm gonna do? BAM! Sniped. Outplaying people with their own ability just feels so good. You're basically saying, hey, you know, your character, the one you're practicing, you know, your main maybe, I'm actually better at them than you, and I'm not even playing them. It's quite rude, and I love that. I just feel rewarded for my thousands of hours in the game because, yeah, I know how to use 80 different neutral Bs. And again, I can't stress enough how little remorse I feel for spamming their own move back at them. It's like the Smash equivalent of a sugar-free drink. All the fun without the guilt. Having a fun copy ability just makes so many matchups so much more exciting to run into. I've never wanted to match into a Sheik more in my life. I found a Dark Samus and I was like, yay! I don't think I've ever said that before in my 5 years of playing the game. And then they rematched me! Even just talking about it makes me want to jump back on Elite Smash right now and get more funny clips. I guess I should at some point talk about things besides this move. I mean, you can cheese people unexpectedly at super low % by using the inhale. Oh, damn it! I'm talking about neutral B again, I just can't stop! Look, it's so annoying I made this guy rage quit. It's addictive! Okay, for real this time. Other moves. I like down air. On stage, it's a fantastic combo starter, and off stage, it's a fantastic gimp move for people who dare to go low. If they save their jump and everything, it won't kill until very late, but who saves their jump online? Plus, you can do it again, making this by far the easiest double dip spike to land in the entire game. And my final thing I like about Kirby is that Kirby is the only character that you can taunt with online, because it actually has the gameplay function of removing your copy ability. What a great character. Sure, you can play them like a toddler, but I tell you what, I've never seen a depressed toddler before, so they might be onto something. Now's the part of the video where I discuss characters that I gave a go and didn't have a great time with. Firstly, Sheik. Sheik made my matches last for way too long because... Hey, what? Why are we in this menu? What's this music playing? No, not him. Anything but... Me Gunner. I played Sans for almost 2 hours and it was absolutely terrible. If you matched into me while I was playing him, I am so sorry. Like, from the bottom of my heart, this was terrible. With so many zoners, I'm like, well, at least when I get in, I can go a bit crazy, you know, do a little combo. This does not apply to Me Gunner. This character is complete ass and I don't see any redeeming qualities. There is no sauce, this dish has no flavor, the only somewhat interesting move is the up B that spikes, but guess what? It's not even used on most Me Gunners because it barely goes anywhere, so you might as well pick the one that helps you live longer so you can do more spamming. I've made a point of being open-minded and positive about the characters in these videos, but that ends now. Fuck you, Me Gunner. I wish you were removed from this game and I hate you. It's a good excuse to use the Megalovania remixes though, that shit goes crazy. Well, that's it. If you liked any of the characters I talked about today, I hope you feel extremely validated. And if you don't like any of them, maybe give them a go. Let me know what character you want to see next time, and I am out of here.